Plato was a student of Socrates. In his book, The Republic, Plato describes his ideas for an ideal government. He also founded a school called the Academy. Plato's most famous student was Aristotle. Aristotle became a great philosopher and scientist. He developed a scientific system to help understand the world. The ideas of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle are still discussed today. Daily life in ancient Greece. Most people in ancient Greece were farmers. Their farms were usually small and run by one family. Often, slaves helped them. Men and women lived in separate parts of the house. The women had a special room. There, they played with their children, spun thread, and sewed. The men often held parties in the men's area. Slaves brought them food and drink. At the center of each home was an outdoor courtyard. There, children played games. Each day, people filled the marketplace, or agora. People came to shop, meet friends, and do business. Farmers brought their goods to market on donkeys. Pottery, cloth, and jewelry were also sold there. When they became adults, children brought their toys to the temple. Girls did this before they married. Boys did this around age 14. Children offered their toys to the Greek gods Apollo and Artemis, and then took part in a ceremony that welcomed them to adult life. Plato and Aristotle, from exterior of bell tower of Santa Maria del Fiore in Florence. Socrates. Chapter 6. Greek influence today. Greece has influenced many modern governments. Democracy is now a common form of government. Ancient Greeks developed political speeches, debates, and voting. Trial by jury is another system created by the Greeks. A jury is a group of people who listens to and decides a court case. The ancient Greeks believed in the rights of the male citizen. Aristotle wrote that the pursuit of happiness was important. When the 13 colonies in North America separated from Great Britain, the colonists created the Declaration of Independence. This document borrowed Aristotle's idea. It states that people have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Often, government buildings also have Greek influence. Court buildings, capitals, and presidential homes have all used Greek architecture. Every day, people take part in activities invented by the ancient Greeks. They read novels, attend plays, or exercise in a public gym. Athletes wrestle, box, and compete in track and field events. Philosophers explore the meaning of life. Scientists search for logical answers to problems. Ideas from ancient Greece continue to influence modern life. Greek architecture influenced the U.S. Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C. Meet the author. Kim Covert. Kim Covert has written many nonfiction books, but she says that ancient Greece is her favorite. She did extensive research because, when writing about events that occurred thousands of years ago, it's especially important to use accurate sources. I based my research on books written by historians and archaeologists who specialize in ancient Greece. As a child, Ms. Covert lived in many different places. My father was a pilot in the Air Force, and our family moved frequently when I was growing up. We lived in Japan, England, Germany, and many states in the U.S. After college, Ms. Covert taught at international schools in Japan and Hong Kong, and continued to travel to many other places, including China, Russia, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. She visited Greece several years ago and says, "Greece is one of the countries I'd most like to visit again." She lives in Minnesota with her 2 teenage children. Other books about ancient Greece. Ancient Greece and Ancient Greek Children. Reading log.